Okay, we'll make this one easy because I want to get to the reading. It's Mario, by the way. We're reading about Mario today, as was requested by too many people to name. Thank you guys for requesting it. It's going to be epic. There's no way it's sub 1 hour. I've already went through it, so I'm all coffeeed up and ready to go. Okay, let's make it easy. Like I said, trivia question. Hit me with the title of the other video game cartoon that was played along with the Super Mario Bros. Super Show back in the 80s. I believe it was played on Fridays. I would always rush back home from school to watch it. So, the cartoon that played with the Mario Super Show. It was also a video game. What was it? Here we go. Let's learn about Mario. I can't believe I just said, here we go. What I should be saying is, let's go. Mario is a fictional character created by Japanese video game designer Shigeru Miyamoto. He is the title character of the Mario video game franchise and the mascot of Japanese video game company Nintendo. Mario has appeared in over 200 video games since his creation, depicted as a short, pudgy Italian plumber who resides in the Mushroom Kingdom. His adventures generally center on rescuing Princess Peach from the Koopa villain Bowser. Mario has access to a variety of power-ups that give him different abilities. Mario's fraternal twin brother is Luigi. Mario first appeared as the player character of Donkey Kong, a platform game. Miyamoto wanted to use Popeye as the protagonist, but when he could not achieve the licensing rights, he created Mario instead. Miyamoto expected the character to be unpopular and planned to use him for cameo appearances. Originally called Mr. Video, he was renamed to Mario after Mario Segale. Mario's clothing and characteristics were themed after the setting of Donkey Kong. He then began to star in the Super Mario series of platform games, beginning with the critically acclaimed Super Mario Bros. In 1985. Mario has been voiced by Charles Martinet since 1992, starting with Mario's Game Gallery and later Super Mario 64. And I should say, I didn't give you the date when he appeared in Donkey Kong. That was 1981. So between Donkey Kong at 1981 and Super Mario Bros. In 1985, you had 4 years that passed between the two. After Super Mario Bros., Mario began to branch off to different genres. These include puzzle games such as Dr. Mario, role-playing games such as Paper Mario and Luigi, and sports games such as Mario Kart and Mario Tennis. He has appeared in other Nintendo properties such as in the Super Smash Bros. Series of crossover fighting games. Mario has also appeared in various animations, including 3 series produced by Deke Entertainment and was portrayed by Bob Hoskins in the 1993 Super Mario Bros. Film. He will be voiced by Chris Pratt in the upcoming 2022 film adaptation. Mario is one of the most famous characters in the video game industry and an established pop culture icon. Mario's likeness has appeared in a variety of merchandise such as clothing and collectible items, and people and places have been nicknamed after him. He has also inspired a considerable amount of unofficial media, with more than 750 million units sold worldwide. The overall Mario franchise is the best-selling video game franchise of all time. The concept and creation. Shigeru Miyamoto created Mario while developing Donkey Kong in an attempt to produce a best-selling video game for Nintendo. Previous games such as Sheriff had not achieved the success of games such as Namco's Pac-Man. Originally, Miyamoto wanted to create a game that used the characters Popeye creating an unnamed player character along with Donkey Kong and Lady, later known as Pauline. In the early stages of Donkey Kong, the focus of the game was to escape a maze, while Mario did not have the ability to jump. However, Miyamoto soon introduced jumping capabilities for the player character, reasoning that if you had a barrel rolling towards you, what would you do? The name. Though the protagonist was unnamed in the Japanese release of Donkey Kong, he was named Jumpman in the game's English instructions, and Mario in the sales brochure. Miyamoto envisioned a character to be used in every game developed by Miyamoto, a go-to character who could be placed into any game if needed, albeit in cameo appearances, as Miyamoto did not at the time expect the character to become singularly popular. To this end, he originally named the character Mr. Video, comparing what he intended for the character's appearance in later games to the cameos that Alfred Hitchcock had done within his films. In retrospect, Miyamoto commented that if he had named Mario Mr. Video, Mario likely would have disappeared off the face of the earth. According to a widely circulated story, during the localization of Donkey Kong for American audiences, Nintendo of America's warehouse landlord Mario Segale confronted then-President Minoru Arakawa demanding back rent. Following a heated argument in which the Nintendo employees eventually convinced Segale that he would be paid, they opted to name the character in the game Mario after him. While it is implied by the title of the Mario Bros. Series, in a 1989 interview, his full name was stated not to be Mario Mario. The first notable use of Mario Mario was in the '93 live-action film adaptation of the Super Mario series, and was further used in Prima's official video game strategy guides, in 2000 for Mario Party 2, and in '03 for Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. In 2012, after Charles Martinet voiced Mario, declaring himself Mario Mario at the San Diego Comic-Con the next month, Nintendo CEO Satoru Iwata said he had no last name, which Miyamoto agreed with the month after. Alright, let's get it straight. Mario has no last name. 2 months after Iwata's death in July 2015, Miyamoto changed his stance, asserting that the Super Mario Bros. 30th Anniversary Festival, that Mario's full name was indeed Mario Mario. Okay, scratch that. Mario's last name is, in fact, Mario. Appearance and profession. By Miyamoto's own account, Mario's profession was chosen to fit with the game design. Since Donkey Kong takes place on a construction site, Mario was made into a carpenter, and when he appeared again in Mario Bros., it was decided that he should be a plumber. Because a lot of the game is situated in underground settings, Mario's character design, particularly his large nose, draws on Western influence. Once he became a plumber, Miyamoto decided to put him in New York and make him Italian, lightheartedly attributing Mario's nationality to his mustache. Other sources have Mario's profession chosen to be carpenter in an effort to depict the character as an ordinary hard worker, making it easier for players to identify with him. After a colleague suggested that Mario more closely resembled a plumber, Miyamoto changed Mario's profession accordingly and developed Mario Bros. Featuring the character in the sewers of New York City. Due to the graphical limitations of arcade hardware at the time, Miyamoto clothed the character in red overalls and a blue shirt to contrast against each other and the background. A red cap was added to let Miyamoto avoid drawing the character's hairstyle, forehead, and eyebrows, as well as to circumvent the issue of animating his hair as he jumped. To give distinctly human facial features with the limited graphical abilities, Miyamoto drew a large nose and a mustache, which avoided the need to draw a mouth and facial expressions. Over time, Mario's appearance has become more defined eyes, white gloves, brown shoes, and a red M in a white circle on the front of his hat, and gold buttons on his overalls have been added. The colors of his shirt and overalls were also reversed from a blue shirt with red overalls to a red shirt with blue overalls. Miyamoto attributed this process to the different development teams and artists for each game, as well as advances in technology. The voice acting. Mario has been voiced by Charles Martinet since 1992. When he came to audition for the role, the directors were preparing to close for the night, already packing up when he arrived. He was prompted with an Italian plumber from Brooklyn. When he heard the phrase, he immediately thought of a stereotypical Italian-American with a voice similar to that of a mobster. He then assumed the voice would be too harsh for children, so he planned on using a voice of an older figure. However, according to Martinet, the audition for Mario was the only time where his thoughts crashed and he spoke complete nonsense. After he was prompted the character, he babbled the following in a soft and friendly voice instead. Hello, I'm a Mario. Okay, let's make a pizza pie together. You go get some spaghetti. You go get some sausage. I get some sauce. You gonna put some spaghetti on the sausage and the sausage on the pizza. Then I'm gonna chase you with the pizza. Then you gonna chase me with the pizza and gonna make a lasagna. Scene. Martinet kept speaking with the voice until the audition tape ran out. The clip was the only tape sent back to Nintendo. His first official voice roles would be Mario's Game Gallery in 1995, although in an interview he confirmed he used the voice for a Super Mario Bros. Pinball game in 92, but he was neither paid nor credited. His first major voice acting role was Super Mario 64. He received instructions on the types of sound clips needed from Miyamoto, and Martinet appreciated the fun tone to the game and called Miyamoto a genius. He has since also voiced other various Mario characters such as Luigi, Wario, and Waluigi. Martinet was recognized by the Guinness Book of World Records for the most roles performed with the same character with at the time 100, and is the most of any video game voice actor. Let's talk about his characteristics. Mario is depicted as a portly plumber who lives in the fictional land of the Mushroom Kingdom with Luigi, his younger, taller brother. The television series and film depict Mario and Luigi as originating from Brooklyn, New York. Mario's infancy, in which he was transported by a stork to the Mushroom Kingdom, was first depicted in Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island. In a 2005 interview, Miyamoto stated that Mario's physical age was about 24 to 25 years old. He wears a long-sleeved red shirt, a pair of blue overalls with yellow buttons, brown shoes, white gloves, and a red cap with a red M printed on a white circle. In Donkey Kong, he wore a pair of red overalls and a blue shirt. In Super Mario Bros., he wore a brown shirt with red overalls. He has blue eyes and, like Luigi, has brown hair and a dark brown or black mustache. This consistent difference in color is attributed to being a relic from designing the characters for their original platforms, wherein certain features were actively distinguished while others had to be curtailed due to technical limitations. This consistent difference in color is attributed to being a relic from designing the characters for their original platforms, wherein certain features were actively distinguished while others had to be curtailed due to technical limitations. Occupation and hobbies. Mario's occupation is plumbing, though in the original Donkey Kong games he is a carpenter. Mario has also assumed several other occupations. In the Dr. Mario series of puzzle games, which debuted in 1990, Mario is portrayed as a medical physician named Dr. Mario. In the Game Boy game Mario's Picross, Mario is an archaeologist. In Mario Mario vs. Donkey Kong 2, March of the Minis, Mario is the president of a profitable toy-making company. Mario is an athlete in the Mario sports games and games such as tennis and golf, as well as kart racer in the Mario Kart series. In September 2017, Nintendo confirmed on their official Japanese profile for the character that Mario was no longer considered a plumber, but that the statement was changed March 2018. Relationships. Mario usually saves Princess Peach and the Mushroom Kingdom and purges antagonists such as Bowser from various areas. Since his first game, Mario usually had the role of saving the damsel in distress. Originally, he had to rescue his girlfriend Pauline in the Donkey Kong from Donkey Kong. Pauline was soon replaced by Princess Peach in Super Mario Bros., although Pauline has reappeared in the Mario vs. Donkey Kong series and is considered Mario's friend instead. Mario reprises his role of saving Peach in the Super Mario series, but Mario himself was rescued by Peach in role reversal in Super Princess Peach. Mario rescued Princess Daisy of Sarah Land in Super Mario Land, but Luigi has since been more linked to her. In Super Smash Bros. Melee, the text explaining Daisy states that after her appearance in Mario Golf, gossips portrayed her as Luigi's answer to Mario's Peach. Luigi is Mario's younger fraternal twin brother. He is a companion in the Mario series and the character whom the second player controls in two-player sessions of many of the video games. Luigi has also occasionally rescued Mario as seen in Mario is Missing in the Luigi's Mansion series. Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins for the Game Boy saw the arrival of Wario, Mario's greedy counterpart, who sometimes assumes the role of Mario's antagonist or an anti-hero. The dinosaur character Yoshi serves as Mario's steed in games such as Super Mario World. Abilities. During the development of Donkey Kong, Mario was known as Jumpman. Jumping, both to have access to places and as an offensive move, is a common gameplay element in Mario games, especially the Super Mario series. By the time Super Mario RPG was released, jumping became such a signature act of Mario that the player was often tasked with jumping to prove to non-player characters that he was Mario. Mario's most commonly portrayed form of attack is jumping to stomp on the heads of enemies, first used in Super Mario Bros. This jump stomp move may entirely crush smaller enemies on the stage and usually deals damage to larger ones, sometimes causing secondary effects. This attack often enables Mario to knock the turtle-like Koopa Troopas into or out of their shells, which can be used as weapons. Subsequent games have elaborated on Mario's jumping-related abilities. Super Mario World added the ability to spin jump, which allows Mario to break blocks beneath him. The Game Boy version of Donkey Kong allows Mario to jump higher with consecutive jumps and perform a backflip. In Super Mario 64, Mario gains new jumping abilities such as a sideways somersault, a ground pound, which is a high-impact downward thrusting motion, and the wall kick, which propels him upward by kicking off walls. Let's talk power-ups. Mario uses items, which gives him various powers and differ between the games he is in. The first power-up Mario used was the hammer in Donkey Kong. Super Mario Bros. Introduced the basic 3 power-ups that have become staples for the series, especially the 2D games. The Super Mushroom, which causes Mario to grow larger and be able to survive getting hit once. The Fire Flower, which allows Mario to throw fireballs, and the Starman, later named Superstar, which gives Mario temporary invincibility. These powers have appeared regularly throughout the series. Throughout the series history, there have been several kinds of mushroom power-ups, including the 1-Up Mushroom, which gives Mario an extra life, the Poison Mushroom, which causes Mario to take damage, the Mega Mushroom, which causes Mario to grow very large recharge and become invincible for a short period of time, and the mini mushroom, which causes Mario to shrink and in some games climb up walls. A reoccurring power-up throughout the series is an item that gives Mario the ability of flight. The first type was introduced in Super Mario Bros. 3, the first of which, the Super Leaf, gives Mario a raccoon, a transliteration of tanuki, tail and ears, and lets Mario swing his tail as an attack, float gently to the ground, and temporarily fly. There is an alternate version of this power-up in the same game, the raccoon suit or tanuki suit, and grants Mario the same abilities as the Super Leaf, but with the addition of being able to temporarily turn into a statue, granting him invincibility. In Super Mario World, an item called the Cape Feather was introduced that gave Mario a cape and, in addition to being able to fly, let Mario spin and swing his cape as an attack. In Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins, a carrot was available that gave Mario rabbit ears and allowed him to glide, and in Super Mario 64, Mario could acquire an item called the Wing Cap, which only let him fly temporarily before disappearing. Super Mario Sunshine introduces a pump water spraying device named Flood, which abilities include spraying water and hovering. Super Mario Galaxy introduced new power-ups, including the Bee Mushroom, which turned Mario into a bee and allowed him to fly temporarily. The Boo Mushroom, which turned Mario into a boo, allowing him to float and pass through some walls. The Spring Mushroom, which encased Mario in a spring, allowing him to jump higher. And the Ice Flower, which allowed the player to temporarily walk or skate on water and lava without sinking or taking damage. Super Mario Galaxy 2 introduced more power-ups, including the Cloud Flower, which allows Mario to create platforms in mid-air, and Rock Mario, which transforms Mario into a boulder that could be used to break through barriers. The new Super Mario Bros. Wii updated the Ice Flower, which allows Mario to shoot ice balls that temporarily freeze enemies, and introduced the Propeller Mushroom, which allows him to fly, as well as the Penguin Suit, which allows Mario to easily traverse ice and swim through water, in addition to shooting ice balls. Super Mario 3D Land introduced the Boomerang Flower, which allows Mario to throw boomerangs at nearby enemies, and the Statue Leaf, which allows Mario to turn into a statue. In new Super Mario Bros. U, the Super Acorn makes its debut. This transforms Mario into his new flying squirrel form, where he can glide and stick to walls. Super Mario 3D World introduced the Super Bell, which transforms Mario into his cat form, as well as a double cherry to make multiple copies of himself. His appearances and evolution. Starting with the Super Mario series. Mario is the main protagonist and title character of the Super Mario series. Each game varies in its plot, but most of them have the ultimate goal of Mario rescuing Princess Peach after being kidnapped by Bowser. Mario explores a variety of locations titled worlds, and along the way, he collects items and defeats enemies. Most levels have an end goal, such as stars or flagpoles that he needs to reach in order to move on to the next. The series is divided by fans into two general sets of games: the 2D side-scrolling Super Mario games and the 3D Super Mario games. The 2D games. The Super Mario series had Mario starring in platform games, beginning with Super Mario Bros. On the Nintendo Entertainment System in 1985. In these games, Mario traverses worlds that contain a set number of levels for Mario to complete, and then he traverses them from moving left to right, the screen scrolling in the direction he moves. Mario has the goal of reaching the end of the level to move on to the next, typically marked with a flagpole. These games are less focused on plot and more on platforming. Most commonly, Bowser kidnaps Peach, and Mario, with the help of Luigi and other characters, sets out to rescue her. Most worlds have mini-boss battles battles, which typically involve fighting Bowser Jr. or one of several Koopalings. The final fight is a fight against Bowser. His first appearance in the 2D variant of the series was Super Mario Bros. In 1985, which began with a 16 by 32 pixel rectangle prototype as the character. Takashi Tezuka suggested the character to be Mario after the success of one of his role prior Mario Bros. Certain other gameplay concepts were good as well, such as how Mario could fly in a rocket ship and fire bullets. Originally designed with a small Mario in mind, with the intention of increasing his size further in development, the developers implemented the feature of his size changes via power-ups, as they considered it a fun addition. The concept was influenced by Japanese folk tales. Super Mario Bros. 2 was originally not going to be a sequel to Super Mario Bros. And was originally going to be a game called Doki Doki Panic, the game directed by Kensuke Tanabe. After unsuccessful gameplay, development was shelved until he was requested to implement mascots from the Yume Kojo Festival. The game was redesigned with the help of Miyamoto and released exclusively in Japan in 1987. Minoru Arakawa, however, requested the game to be changed to a Mario game for its international release. Much of the original gameplay concepts were retained, with mainly graphical changes being made. One of the changes included the retexturing of the 4 main playable characters of Doki Doki Panic, and since they varied in height, it was the first instance where Mario was noticeably shorter than Luigi. Super Mario Bros. 3 experimented with Mario's looks with different power-ups that represented different creatures. An example included the raccoon tail, which was chosen over a power-up that represented a centaur. The levels were created after power-ups were chosen and were designed to take advantage of his varying abilities. The raccoon tail power-up became a staple in the Mario franchise, being used as an ability in a variety of Mario games that even stretched outside of the Super Mario series, such as Mario Kart 7. The game's success led to an animated television series, The Adventure of Super Mario Bros. 3, with Mario being portrayed by Walker Boone. Hiroshi Yamauchi wanted a launch title for the Game Boy that prominently featured Mario, as he believed in the statement, "Fun games sold consoles." Super Mario Land was designed without the help of Miyamoto, a first for the series. The game uses completely different elements to pair with the small screen due to the Game Boy's portability. For example, instead of rescuing Princess Peach from Bowser and the Mushroom Kingdom, Mario is instead rescuing Princess Daisy from Tatanga in Sarasaland. Mario was designed with line art. Super Mario World was the first video game to feature Yoshi as a companion to Mario. Miyamoto had always wanted a dinosaur-like companion ever since the original Super Mario Bros., but the concept was never achievable due to limited hardware. Since Super Mario World took place in a land of dinosaurs, Takashi Tezuka requested Shigefumi Hino to draw a character based on Miyamoto's concepts and sketches, which he drew during development of Super Mario Bros. 3. Yoshi's rideability was inspired by Miyamoto's love for horseback riding. Super Mario World released during a console war between Nintendo and Sega. Sega's mascot, Sonic the Hedgehog, was considered a cooler alternative to Mario, to which Miyamoto apologized for. The plot for Super Mario Land 2, 6 Golden Coins, has Mario pursue something for his own benefit rather than for someone else, his goal trying to reclaim ownership of his island, Mario Land, from Wario. The game was developed by Nintendo Research and Development 1, R&D 1. The company was unmotivated by the Super Mario series, and when they were tasked with creating a Super Mario game without Miyamoto, they created Wario to emphasize the frustration of working with a character they didn't make. The name Wario is wordplay of Mario and Warui, the latter meaning bad series of Super Mario games being absent for 14 years, the previous installment being released in 1992, game mechanics improved drastically. Since the characters were no longer sprites and the backdrops weren't tile-based, the developers were nearly restrictionless. New game mechanics such as Mario teetering off trees and swinging on ropes were implemented. New Super Mario Bros. Was the first 2D Super Mario game to use voice acting, with Charles Martinet voicing Mario and Luigi. It was followed by 3 games similar to New Super Mario Bros., namely New Super Mario Bros. Wii, New Super Mario Bros. 2, and New Super Mario Bros. U, the latter of which being the first game to feature Mario in high-definition graphics, HD. 3D games. Most Super Mario games in 3D feature open-world gameplay. Instead of being confined to only allow moving left and right, Mario can move in any direction, and the player can complete the level how they please. The player chooses from one of the multiple objectives before entering a level, and Mario is tasked with completing that goal, which ultimately ends in an obtainable item such as a star. These games feature a more complex narrative, but most still have Mario rescuing a kidnapped Princess Peach from Bowser. Early into most of the games, Mario befriends an ally, which helps Mario on his journey and gives him a unique ability to obtain his goal. Mario's debut 3D role was Super Mario 64. Since the concept of 3D video games was still new at the time, the developers knew they were helping to pave the way for future games, and they weren't restricted on what the standard game was like. However, when Yoshiaki Koizumi had to create a 3D model and animation of Mario, he had no frame of reference and struggled with the task. Koizumi stated how the whole concept was arguably tough, but was overtaken by the enjoyment of innovating in a new field. Mario's movement was among the top priority in the game development, with his animation being tested long before the basic layout of the game's locations were in place. Super Mario 64 was one of the first games voiced by Charles Martinet, and Mario's character model was made with the N-World toolkit. Super Mario Sunshine was the first Nintendo with Satoru Iwata as the CEO of Nintendo, who succeeded Hiroshi Yamauchi. The game's original concept did not feature Mario, as the developers believed the role was too out of the ordinary for such a character. Later on, when they used a generic man for the role instead, they believed having a realistic person alongside a character like Mario would cause incongruity, and was ultimately changed to Mario instead. Mario's ally, Flood, was one of the 10 design options, but was chosen because it fits the game's theme, although it wasn't their favorite option in looks. Super Mario Galaxy had Mario exploring a number of spherical planets, which the developers at the time knew simply jumping on enemies would be difficult to perform. They instead took advantage of the Wii Remote and Nunchuck having motion controls, and gave Mario a spin attack where he knocks over the enemies via spinning. To also add balance to the game's difficulty, Mario was given less hit points. With the amount of creative freedom the space-themed setting gave, many power-ups and transformations were implemented based on the workers' suggestions. In order to create a sense of familiarity for Super Mario Odyssey, various references to the Super Mario series were put in the game's environment. For example, Pauline was chosen to be a major aspect of the Metro Kingdom due to the kingdom representing the core of the game. Mario was also given a variety of costumes to represent other smaller games, such as the Mario's Picross series. The development team found the most fun way to use the Joy-Con controller's motion controls was throwing a hat, and the gameplay was centered around Mario throwing his cap. 64, Sunshine, and Galaxy were re-released on the Nintendo Switch in 2020 as part of the 35th anniversary of Super Mario Bros. In a collection pack titled Super Mario 3D All-Stars. While the games were kept generally the same as their original counterparts. There were some minor changes. All three of the games were given HD graphics, and there were also a couple of changes to Mario in Super Mario 64. A glitch where Mario could move at super high speeds with a glitch was removed. One of Mario's voice clips in which he says, "So long, King Bowser," which unintentionally sounded like "So long, Gay Bowser," was also replaced. Other Super Mario games. There have also been a variety of Super Mario games starring Mario that don't have standard typical 2D or 3D platforming. The Super Mario 3D series does have 3D gameplay, but the stages are linear and do not allow for open world movement. The Super Mario Maker games are a series of game creation systems where the player can create their own 2D Super Mario levels and play ones created by others. Super Mario Run is a 2D platforming mobile game with other unnatural gameplay aspects. The main aspect of Super Mario 3D Land was bridging the aspects of 2D and 3D Super Mario games. One of the issues brought up was how Mario looked too small in comparison to the large terrain and the small portable screen of the Nintendo 3DS, so the game's camera system needed to be fixed to one position in certain occasions. The game brought with it the Tanuki Tail power-up, which was originally introduced in Super Mario Bros. 3, and its existence was teased by the developers to the fans prior to its official announcement. Concepts for Mario, which included a skater outfit and a power-up that would make Mario grow to a large size, were cut. Super Mario 3D World on the Wii U included the Cat Mario power-up, which was implemented to help newcomers play the game and add new gameplay features such as climbing up walls. Another power-up was the Double Cherry, which was added accidentally. One of the developers added a second Mario into the game in error and found it humorous when both Marios were somehow controllable at the same time. In 2020, as part of the Super Mario Bros. 35th anniversary, Nintendo re-released Super Mario 3D World on the Nintendo Switch with the additional mode titled Bowser's Fury. The developers of Super Mario Run were mainly inspired by speedrunners during development, as they took note of how, when they would try to beat a 2D Super Mario game as fast as possible, they would never let go of the red button. With this, they made the core gameplay concept revolve around how Mario does not stop moving forward. Other Mario games. While the most prominent use of Mario has been directed toward the Super Mario series, various spin-off series that split into numerous games covering various genres have also been released. This includes genres such as role-playing games, puzzle games, sports games, and even educational games in the 90s. RPG games. Mario has been the protagonist of various role-playing video games, beginning with Super Mario RPG on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. The developer of Super Mario RPG, Yoshio Hongo for Square, liked the character Mario and believed he would fit well in an RPG format. He discussed the idea with Miyamoto, and according to him, the meeting went well. The game was a critical and commercial success and led to two other spin-off RPG series starring the character Paper Mario and Mario and Luigi. Of the two series, the Paper Mario is the only one still currently running, with Paper Mario, the Origami King, in 2020, as the company behind the Mario and Luigi series, Alpha Dream, went bankrupt in 2019. Super Mario RPG was originally going to have a sequel titled Super Mario RPG 2 and was going to release for the Nintendo 64. The original developer, Square, had signed a deal with Sony to release Final Fantasy VII for the PlayStation, so Nintendo had Intelligent Systems develop the game instead. The new art designer, Naohiko Aoyama, proceeded to change every character to two-dimensional in order to bring out cuter graphics compared to low-polygon, three-dimensional graphics graphics on the console. In the Paper Mario games, Mario is often aided by numerous allies who progress the story while Mario remains silent. Unlike Paper Mario, both Mario and Luigi have voices in the Mario and Luigi series that are voiced by Charles Martinet. According to the developers, the early titles in the series began with character sprites. The developers were generally inexperienced and didn't know much about hardware at the time. Once the Nintendo 3DS was released, the developers had the chance to switch to three-dimensional graphics. They decided to change the background and world design, but chose to keep the characters as 2D renderings of 3D characters, as they believed it made it easier to convey comedic expressions. In 2013, they believed Mario took too much of the spotlight in the Mario franchise, and they made Luigi the more story-focused character in Mario and Luigi Dream Team. In sports games, Nintendo has explored a variety of sports games featuring Super Mario property, which includes tennis, golf, baseball, soccer, kart racing, and other miscellaneous, of which the only four that were defined to be official series and are still currently running are Mario Tennis, Mario Golf, Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, and Mario Kart. The Mario Kart series is the most successful, selling over 150 million games in its entirety. In the 1984 video game Golf, although one of the two playable characters looks similar to that of him, wearing red clothes and black pants, he is never directly referred to be Mario. In '97, his look was changed in the re-release of the Famicom Disk System to that more like the character, and Nintendo later confirmed the character was Mario in a guidebook of the game in '91, marking his first sports game video appearance. He then directly appeared in NES Open Tournament Golf in '91 as one of two playable characters, the other being Luigi, with a variety of other Mario characteristics with supporting roles. The character sprites were designed by Eiji Aonuma, his first project in graphical art design. After the unsuccessful attempt on the Virtual Boy with Mario's Tennis, the first tennis game featuring Mario, Nintendo gave licensing rights to Camelot Software, planning to develop a second Mario-themed tennis game for the Nintendo 64. Each character had a unique ability, with Mario having an all-around average set of skills to pair with his type of character. This ideology was later continued into Mario Power Tennis. The Mario Kart franchise began with Super Mario Kart for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System in 1992. Early in development, the game did not have any Mario-themed elements. After months into the process, the designers were testing how one character would look at another had they just passed. They implemented Mario simply to see how they would look inside a cart, and the original concept was scrapped entirely after they decided he looked better than the previous non-defined characters. Similar to the Mario and Luigi series, he appears as a sprite that turns in 16 different angles. Puzzle games. Mario has also starred in a variety of puzzle games, but somehow only makes an appearance and is not playable. The first of which to release was Wrecking Crew, designed by Yoshio Sakamoto, after which 3 main series and a variety of spin-offs were released starring him, including Dr. Mario, Mario vs. Donkey Kong, and Mario Picross, the latter of which inactive. The original game, the Dr. Mario series, also titled Dr. Mario, was designed by Takahiro Harada and had Mario assuming the role of a doctor instead of a plumber. His appearance and role has generally remained the same. To celebrate his 30th anniversary in the series, an 8-bit rendering of his original appearance was made unlockable in the most recent game, Dr. Mario World. Mario vs. Donkey Kong is centered around mini Marios, wind-up toys that resemble Mario. The Mario's Picross series was an attempt by Nintendo to capitalize capitalize on the popularity of Mario and the success of puzzle games in Japan at the time. Released in 1995, the game was popular and followed by two sequels, Super Mario Picross and Picross 2, but the first game was only made available to American audiences in 2020. Due to the abandonment of the SNES CD hardware in the 1990s, a project developed by Nintendo and Philips as part of Nintendo's dissolving agreement with Philips, they gave the licensing rights to Mario and The Legend of Zelda property to release games on the CDI. Multiple games were developed by the inexperienced Fantasy Factory, which included the puzzle game Hotel Mario in 1994. Via animation magic, Hotel Mario had various cutscenes of Mario and Luigi, which borrowed animation elements from Disney and J.R.R. Tolkien. Mario was voiced by Mark Grau, as the game was released prior to Charles Martinet receiving the role for voicing the character. Educational games. Due to the popularity of the Super Mario series, various educational games starring the character were released and appealed to younger audiences. These games had little involvement from Nintendo, with the games releasing for the NES, Super Nintendo Entertainment System, and personal computers. The last of which in the genre to release was Mario Teaches Typing 2 in '97, before the production of such games was discontinued. Mario is Missing is one of the only occasions where Mario himself was kidnapped and is rescued by another character. In the game, Mario and Luigi approach Bowser to stop his plans, but Mario is then captured. Luigi traverses real-world locations to follow after him, solving trivia along the way. A similar game was released without the help of Miyamoto, Mario's Time Machine, which starred Mario against Bowser instead. Mario's Game Gallery has the player competing against various card and board games against Mario. The game was Charles Martinet's first official voice acting role for Mario, 1 year prior to Super Mario 64. For Mario Teaches Typing, the head of Interplay Productions, Brian Fargo, saw the success of the typing game Mavis Beacon Teaches Typing and knew a character like Mario as the teacher would be appealing. Predating Mario's Game Gallery, Martinet did not voice Mario. After release, the concept was so successful, it began a negative relationship between Fargo Les Crane, the creator of Mavis Beacon Teaches Typing. Mario Teaches Typing 2 was released in 1997, which Martinet voiced Mario for. When they were approved of creating Mario's Game Gallery, another Mario-themed education game also released that was of poor quality, so Miyamoto met with Fargo and halted production of any further education games using the character. Cameos. Apart from his platformer and his spin-off game appearances, Mario has made guest appearances in non-Mario games such as Mike Tyson's Punch-Out! And Tennis, where Mario is a referee, in Pac-Man Verse, where he is the in-game announcer. Mario appears as a playable character in NBA Street V3 and SSX on Tour. He also appeared as a playable character in Super Smash Bros. Series. He makes countless cameo appearances in many forms in many games, such as portraits and statues in The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, and Metal Gear Solid: The Twin Snakes. On an ending screen that appears in the NES version of the video game Tetris, Mario appears with Luigi dancing to the music, which is a version from Prelude to the opera Carmen. In that screen also appears Peach, Bowser, and other Nintendo characters such as Link, Samus, Donkey Kong, or Pit. In other media, the first appearance of Mario in media other than games was Saturday Supercade, an animated television series produced by Ruby Spears Productions in 1983. The 80 1986 original video animation of Super Mario Bros. Peach Hime Kyoshutsu Dai Sakuzen features Mario, voiced by Toru Furuya, as the protagonist. The animated series The Super Mario Bros. Super Show features a live-action series of skits that stars former WWF manager Captain Lou Albano as Mario and Danny Wells as Luigi. Mario appeared in a book series, the Nintendo Adventure Books. Mario is portrayed by Bob Hoskins in the 1993 film loosely based on the Super Mario Bros. Series titled Super Mario Bros. In the film, he is the cynical older brother who takes great pride in being a plumber and is a parental figure to Luigi. At first, he holds no belief in unusual things happening, but meeting Daisy and a trip to Dino Hatton soon changes his mind. Hoskins was ultimately cast to play the character after other choices falling out, such as Dustin Hoffman and Danny DeVito. Hoskins had previously done multiple roles in children's films and kept suggesting changes to the script before he agreed to portray the character. According to one of the film's directors, Annabelle Jankel, Hoskins was mainly considered due to his physical appearance. In a 2007 interview, Hoskins considered the role his worst choice in his acting career and admitted to constantly drinking before and during filming. A second Japanese animated film predating the live-action film by 7 years, Mario will be voiced by Chris Pratt in the upcoming 2022 film adaptation. Reception. As Nintendo's primary mascot, Mario is widely considered to be the most famous video game character in history and has been called an icon of the gaming industry. The Mario series of video games has sold more than 510 million copies, making it the best-selling video game franchise. Mario was one of the first video game character inductees at the Walk of Fame in 2005, alongside Link and Sonic the Hedgehog. Mario was the first video game character to be honored with a wax figure in the Hollywood Wax Museum in 2003. In 1990, a national survey found that Mario was more recognizable to American children than Mickey Mouse. Mario has also been called the most recognizable figure in the gaming industry. Creator Shigeru Miyamoto has stated that Mario is his favorite out of all characters that he has created. Electronic Gaming Monthly gave Mario their Coolest Mascot Award for 1996, calling him an age-old friend. Nintendo Power listed Mario as their favorite hero, citing his defining characteristics as his mustache, red cap, plumbing prowess, and his mushrooms. In a poll conducted in 2008 by Oricon, Mario was voted the most popular video game character in Japan. Game Daily listed the unlikely hero on its top 25 video game archetypes and used Mario as an example of this. It stated that in spite of the fact that he should have run out of energy through the first level, he kept going. Mario ranked 4th on Game Daily's top 10 Smash Bros. Characters list. Mario was 4th on Yu-Gi-Oh's list of the top 100 heroes of all time. They also listed Mario's hat 21st on their list of the coolest helmets and headgear in video games, stating, "There's always somebody at your Halloween party wearing one." Empire ranked him as the 2nd greatest video game character. CNET listed him 1st on its list of the top 5 video game characters. He was voted 100th in IGN's Top 100 Villains for his appearance in Donkey Kong Jr., adding, "This Mario is a total jerk, holding Donkey Kong Jr.'s dad hostage." He has also been elected by Games Radar as the 90th most dastardly ne'er-do-wells in video games in their Top 100. His legacy. Mario has been established as a pop culture culture icon and has appeared on lunchboxes, t-shirts, magazines, commercials, notably in a Got Milk commercial, in candy form on shampoo bottles, cereal, badges, board games, and as a plush toy. Mario has inspired unlicensed paintings, performances on talent shows such as India's Got Talent, and short films which have been viewed hundreds of thousands of times. The character has been present in a number of works created by third parties other than Nintendo, such as in the iOS and Android video game platform Panic, in which one of the purchasable skins is a reference to him. Many people and places have been named or nicknamed after Mario. Bergsala, the distributor of Nintendo products in the Nordic and the Baltic countries, is located at Mario's Gata 21, Mario Street 21, in Kungsbacka, Sweden, named after Mario. Many sports stars, including Bundesliga football players Mario Götze and Mario Gomez, National Hockey League player Mario Lemieux, Italian footballer Mario Balotelli, and Italian cyclist Mario Cipollini, have been given the nickname Super Mario. In a suburb of the Spanish city of Zaragoza, streets were named after video games, including Avenida de Super Mario Bros. Mario's legacy is recognized by Guinness World Records, who awarded the Nintendo mascot and the series of platform games he has appeared in 7 world records in the Guinness World Records Gamers Edition 2008. These records include best-selling video game series of all time, first movie based on an existing video game, and most prolific video game character, with Mario appearing in 116 original games. In 2009, Guinness World Records listed him as the second most recognizable video game character in the US, recognized by 93% of the population, second only to Pac-Man, who was recognized by 94% of the population. In 2011, readers of Guinness World Records Gamers Edition voted Mario as the top video game character of all time. Mario appeared in the 2016 Summer Olympics closing ceremony to promote the 2020 Summer Olympics in Tokyo. In a pre-recorded video, the Prime Minister Shinzo Abe became Mario to use a warp pipe planted by Doraemon from Shibuya Crossing to Maracana Stadium. Abe then appeared dressed as Mario in an oversized warp pipe in the middle of the stadium. Mario Day, previously known as National Mario Day, is celebrated on March 10th, as when that date is presented as March 10th, it resembles the name Mario. Since 2016, the day was officially observed by Nintendo and celebrates this day annually by promoting Mario games and holding Mario-related events. That's super cool. I never knew that. Mar 10 Mario, that's perfect. Come on, I'm gonna celebrate Mario Day from now on too. You should do it with me. In fact, I think I'll release a Mario-based video every March 10th to celebrate that also. Hey, we got through it. Like I said, it was over an hour. I don't think I'm going to be... It's been here. I'll raise the thing on the screen so you can see how long I've been recording if you're actually watching this. Sorry about my stomach, by the way. There you go. An hour and 25 minutes. I've been reading this and had to stop and wait for certain noises to subside and for me to repeat lines sometimes. But yeah, who knows? After editing, maybe this will have been more than 1 hour. But yeah, long nonetheless. You know, another one, check this out. I'll go ahead and tab over for you just so you can see Cloud Strife. So there's, well, actually first I'll go back to Mario and go to the very beginning to show you how much we actually got through. It's pretty bananas. Like, even scrolling, it takes so long. Maybe the sound of the scrolling is pleasant though, so that's all good. So that's what we just did, alright? With Mario, we went a long way to get Cloud Strife. Oh, something just happened. There we go. So here's Cloud, and you can see if I scroll through Clouds, another, awesome character. We've got an hour plus in this as well. So I don't know if I'm going to be doing this tomorrow or when, but I'll tell you what. You might think I'm standing right now or laying down, but I am sitting on my floor. Granted, there's pillows, so it's somewhat comfy, but I'm sitting here cross-legged, Indian style, if you will, and I cramp up a little bit when I do this, so it's difficult to sit here cross-legged for an hour and 30 minutes talking about this stuff, so I'm going to do a shorter one. I think actually I'm going to do either Natalie Portman or the incredible Burt Wonderstone. If you are a watcher of this channel, then you know I'm kind of on a lady kick right now. I consider this ladies week. The channel has had so many dudes. All I do is talk about actors and occasionally intersperse the ladies here and there, largely because it's driven by analytics. There's a lot of dudes. It's mainly dudes that watch this channel, and a fair amount of ladies, but there's a target audience. And having said all of that, it's silly. I shouldn't even say that. I just feel like we need more of a woman presence on the channel. That's why I went with Olivia Wilde, Olivia Munn, and other really cool chicks that I think represent nerd and pop culture really well. I just completely strayed from that. I'm so sorry. Yeah, so Natalie Portman, I'm going to probably read about her and maybe the incredible Burt Wonderstone, and then do Cloud Strife, so I can have a couple of little palate cleansers between these massive readings. And now, back to the subject at hand. Mario. I was here at this, this is a special reading. We're talking about Mario, so I guess big reveal, you can deduce how old I am from the next thing that I say, if you want to make it a game. I received my first Mario game ever. I received my copy of Super Nintendo. Not Super Nintendo. I'm butchering this. I received my Nintendo Entertainment System for my 7th birthday in 1987. Okay, so I went into the room, and I think my dad, probably because he wanted to test it to make sure it worked and everything, he actually had already set it up, and someone else was playing it, and I completely lost it because I had friends that had them, and I wanted Nintendo really bad, and boom, there it was. It is one of the happiest moments of my life to this day. I can remember it. It's like nothing mattered after that. It's my escape, man. Guitar and video games are and food. Food is really, really good, and sleep. Hence this channel. Hence the reason I made this channel is I believe more people need to get to sleep. So, having said that, yeah, let's get to sleep. I think that's long enough. I feel like I left something out. I wanted to say something. I was talking about Mario. It was the gift that I got. It came with Zelda. That was really cool too. So I got the Zelda Gold cartridge along with Mario. So it was the double pack. I believe Duck Hunt as well. Am I completely crazy? Did I get a triple pack or did that come separate? Duck Hunt, because I had the controller. I'm not the controller. Come on. It was the gun, but it had the zapper. It was called the zapper. They didn't want to call it a gun. So I had the zapper, and I played that with Duck Hunt, and I also had Zelda, and I also had Nintendo, and I had those right out of the gate. And then Metroid was added on top of that a couple of years later, and that was also incredible. I already did the Metroid video. If you want to go and learn about Metroid, I did that one. That was cool. In Metroid, you learn that that was the first time you had a side scroller with the ability to go left and right, like really fluidly made. You know how in Mario you scroll to the right and it locks it in, there's no going back. On the first one, Metroid, was the first time you could actually go back. I think Karnov may have predated it. There was a blurb about that in there, but very few, if any, other than Karnov and Metroid allowed you to go back once you went right. Okay, I'm done. Look, I'm lonely. I just want to talk to people, okay? But I'll leave you alone. Go, and I'll talk to you. And you want to know why I respond to every comment? That's why, because I'm lonely, and you guys are cool. So I will talk to you there.